So the question remains is, why did Jodeci's last album just seem like it just came and went? Like it didn't even create a dent. The cold part about it was actually a solid album, but it didn't meet up to Jodeci's standards. It would have been a solid album for today's standards, like for somebody like a Chris Brown or a Trey Songz. But being that this group hasn't done any work together in 20 years, you could tell that listening to the album that the chemistry was still a bit off. And they had actually a great single to start it off at first. They had the first single, which was Every Moment, which was trademark Jodeci sound. It was that trademark soul Jodeci sound. And you could tell that Devontae Swing put his niche in behind the boards. Then they did the Soul Train Awards, which was great. They did a few performances together. But then when the album came out, it was like a disappointment. Because, just like I said earlier, it sounded like your typical cliche R&B album. Jodeci set the standards for two reasons. Number one, that first song, Stay, My Heart Belongs to You. Those two songs on their first two albums set the prelude of what to come. Even the show, the After Party, The Hotel, which is my personal favorite Jodeci album, because they was able to balance the everything. They was able to balance the skits. They was able to balance the player lifestyle. They was able to balance the ballads. They was able to balance the sexual songs. So that was my favorite album of the three. But this album here, it seemed like the chemistry was off. It really did. JoJo's voice seemed like it was shot. So it left the KC to carry most of the vocals. And Devontae, he still proved that he got it. But at the same time, he should have been able to do more of the album. Like have him and Timbaland do the entire album. Like he should have brought the whole basement on this thing or something. But then they chose a single with B.O.B., which was not what people really wanted to hear. They wanted to hear something that was trademark Jodeci. They want to hear some of that Come and Talk to Me, Forever My Lady, Feeling You type stuff. This thing they picked with B.O.B. was cool, but it didn't really hit. And it seemed like they were trying to be relevant with the times, which is a good thing. But being that this group ain't came out with an album in 20 years, they should have hit with some more fire. Another thing that did this album no damage, what did the album some damage, was they didn't really promote it after Every Moment. They didn't even get a second single. Devontae didn't even do interviews. So it left just KC and Dalvin doing most of the interviews. That mean like The Breakfast Club, Hot 97. You didn't see Devontae doing anything. He just disappeared again. So that's another problem that they had. So the last album that they did drop, it was good, but it wasn't strong for them, being that they've been absent for so long. And they played a part of it because they was trying to work the wheels of that chemistry back in order. And they didn't even promote it like that afterwards. So, considering that for 20 years we waited for this, it was pretty much a disappointment for many of their true fans. So, let's just hope that they get it together, come with a stronger album, probably out of nowhere, had Devontae drop some heat behind the boards again. This time all the songs, along with Dalvin. Or better yet, just give us a Jodeci Lost Tapes or something. So, this is King Eric signing out. Subscribe to the channel, holla back.